Hey everyone, today we're going to be learning about counting objects. So the goal of this lesson is to count the number of objects either on the screen or in person, whichever works best for you. So we have it on the screen as a prompt or a visual to help with these items in case you don't have blocks or anything to count at home, but you can do it either way. That's the nice part about this lesson. So the prompt is always count the blocks for the student. So whether you're doing objects in person or on the computer, the prompt is still count the blocks. So the adult will say count the blocks, and the student will point to the blocks and count 1, 2, 3, however many there are, or they will count the blocks in person the same way. They'll point or touch the block and say 1, 2, 3, and so forth. Now, when I say they will say the number, that can be verbally. Some students use verbal approximation, so they might say 1, 2, 3, something like that, and that's fine too. They're still counting, they're associating what they're saying with that number, and they're getting the routine down. They're also more than welcome to use their communication device to find numbers in their device and count. So every time they touch the one object, they'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, and however many objects there are for that task. Once you've completed the task, so count the blocks and the student points to 1 and says 1, or points to one object and says 1, great, they've done it. You can click this 1 button on the screen that will move you on to the next task. So the goal is not that students are independently navigating anything on the screen. The goal is either that they will either point to the blocks to count them on the screen, or they will point to or touch the blocks in person. And again, they don't have to be blocks. They can be whatever you're using. If they're using the computer screen, then it would be blocks because that's what the image is. But if you decide to do, Legos or whatever, crackers, anything at home, you would just change the prompt to count the crackers or count the Legos, and make it, appropriate for that. Once the student does count, so if the number is 1, they count to and touch 1 or point to 1, then you're going to remind them of what the label is. So 1, counting blocks, 1, good job. And then again, once you've completed that task, you select correct. And then count the blocks again. So this is the same prompt no matter what number they're counting. The goal is just that they will touch each object and count it with 1-to-1 correspondence, meaning that the number 1 means 1 object, the number 2 means 2 objects, and so forth. I hope this was helpful. Let me know how it went for everybody, and good job doing your work, you guys.